Hey guys, welcome back to Ox Tools. I'm Tom. So this is Meatloaf 94. Got a couple things here. Got a little viewer appreciation gift that came in, and it's actually a mystery tool, so we're going to check that out and see what that is, and get you guys' comments and see if you guys can figure out what this thing is. I think I've seen something like it, but I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll show it and you guys can take a look at it. Got that, and got some, went to the flea market on Sunday and picked up a few things. We'll take a look at those. Yeah, there's some kind of, I would call it opportunity buys. You know, a couple guys ask, what do you need all those tools for? Well, you know, when you're in love with tools, you buy them, right? And when they're $6 or $8, you don't worry about what they cost. You just collect them and pass them on to somebody that can use them and enjoy them. And then a couple of guys were disappointed because I forgot to give a tour of my plier drawer. So instead of the plier drawer this time, we're going to look at a different drawer because it's associated with what I found at the flea market. So it was kind of a weird flea market, and you'll see why in a minute. So we'll look at those things next. So let's turn the camera around and we'll look at these cool flea market finds. Okay, so this is one of the flea market finds. Oh, I cracked my nail. Oh, bummer. And it's an adjustable wrench. My Kiwi buddy used to call them shifting spanners. And another guy calls them the all 16ths wrench. So it's got all the 16ths in it. Now this one's kind of interesting because it's made by Peck Stowe. This is the Peck, Stowe, and Wilcox company. And so, you know, they're kind of known for sheet metal tools. Well, apparently they made small hand tools too. I have some pliers, and now I have an adjustable wrench made by them. So it's kind of a interesting piece. The notable thing here is this kind of elongated hole here. Most of the holes in adjustable wrenches are round. Looks like somebody used this one as a little tappy tool there. So now this one, if you notice, the thickness here is real thick. I generally don't like that type myself, but this was more of an interesting collector thing. So this one came with a couple others. This weekend was weird. It's an adjustable wrench weekend, so it actually came with these two. Okay, all right. So we actually got three for one price. Now this is a Dymaloy, and this is another interesting company that's in, I think it's in Minnesota. Yeah, Duluth, Minnesota. And originally they made farrier stuff, and they made horseshoe blanks and farriers tools and whatnot. And they said, hey, you know, that business is kind of going down. We should make some other stuff. Well, this is kind of, you know, they had forging things set up. So guess what? They started forging tools, and they actually make some really good adjustable wrenches. And the real nice ones are the ones that open up extra wide. They're called super wides. This is not one of them here, but the super wides, they open up even farther, and they're really nice. A lot of them have green handle, plastic handles on them. So that's a Dymaloy. This is an actual Crescent brand Crescent wrench, Jamestown, New York. Crestalloy, it's a nice one here. And you see these are proportioned a little bit better than this one here. This one's kind of a thickie there. It's almost the same thickness as those, and it's a smaller wrench. But 12-inch, 300 millimeter adjustable wrench. Okay, so the price for these three, $8. Okay, how can I leave that behind? You know, yeah, I don't need them. I certainly don't need them, but for $8, you know, you just ask and somebody says, $8, you go, okay, so you get them. So now, you know, I can hang one of these up over near the welding machine, and I can hang one up over near the lathe, and you can salt them around all over the shop and be happy with that. Okay, so let's look at the next thing, and let's check out the next item. Okay, so this next one, guess what? Another adjustable wrench. And there is a reason I'm zoomed out, and you'll see in a second here. This is one made by Proto, and maybe made in Los Angeles, not sure. Little 6-inch, and this one's really nice because it's really thin here, and it's just it just has a really nice feel to this wrench. Now this one, this was $3, and once again, you know, how can you pass that up? So I'm actually, yeah. So we got, let's do it like this. We got that, and we got these guys here. Hopefully you can see all that. And then this one appeared. And now this is from Dave, and I actually met Dave. Dave is a cool cat, and he used to work for Hertz Rentals, the equipment rental folks, and this is some of his personal tools that he was selling off. He retired recently, and apparently he liked pink paint. And now this is a Dymaloy as well, made in Duluth, Minnesota. All right, it's 24-inch, 600 millimeters. Pretty cool, man. So this is actually the biggest adjustable wrench that I have now. And what we're going to do next is we're going to go look at the drawer that these would normally live in that doesn't have any room for these, but we'll go look at that drawer. So Dave, thanks a lot. That's a nice buy. $30 for that. Which is a pretty good buy. You know, that's that's about $1 a pound, something like that. So let's go look at the shifting spanner drawer. All right. So this is the drawer that holds all the adjustable wrenches, and there's some around the shop too, but this is kind of the central receiving. This is what was my current largest one here, and this is an 18-inch, 450 millimeter, made by Bokum in Sweden, and this is an American version that's actually the correct direction here. So push to close, pull to open, and then this is a European version one here, okay, which is push to open, pull to close, okay. So it's bass-ackwards. And then this one has, so you can kind of preset it, you know, 20 millimeters or whatever. And then this has the same thing, but it's in inches, all right? Now, I bought these, I don't know, 30 years ago or something like that, and a rep came around, and you showed some of these, and I said, geez, those are really nice, you know? And so I bought a few of them, and another one. I think I bought several sizes there at the same time, and these have look at that. That one's got some nasty heat marks on it. I don't even remember what I was doing there, twisting something hot. Who knows? And anyway, these have served me really well. I'd buy these in a heartbeat, although I don't need to, because I got plenty of them. Here's a 10-inch Dymaloy. Normal pattern. Let's see, do we have a wide one in here? Oh, we got another. Okay, we had two 10-inchers there. So might have to thin the herd a little bit there. What else we got? Super adjustable. That's a Williams. Williams makes a nice. Oh, what's going on with that one? That's right. This is a locking one. I forgot about that. See, it's got a little locking element there. So you can secure that. That's actually kind of a nice feature. I should get that out of the depth of the pile there and use that more often. That's a Williams, okay, 300 millimeter, 12-inch, and this is a double ender. These are kind of rare. Actually, a viewer sent me that. Pretty cool. I mean, if you can put one in your toolbox, that's a good one to put in there. Let's see, what's this one? Okay, so that one's a big, thick one. Let's see what that is. Made by Crescent. Boy, that's old. That's my little logo I used to use. It's chiseled in there. Yeah, okay. What else? This is cool. This is an aluminum bronze here. and polished up a little bit. So a non-sparking tool, and kind of neat, polished up. This stuff isn't as hard as steel, or this, heat-treated steel, so they tend to wear, but it's just kind of neat. It just looks pretty cool, right? And then, here's an itty-bitty Bokum, 4-inch. That's a cute one there. You can tell I just hate these things, huh? Another dime alloy, little 4-inch dime alloy. Little cutie pie there. What is that one? That one's is that a Utica? Can't quite see it. Anyway, another 4-inch. Cleaning out the drawer here. And we got some little 6s. Super adjustable, that's a Williams. Another Williams. Okay. And what's this one here? Barkalow Buffalo. Where did I find that one? I don't even know. Another kind of a thick guy there. So that's the adjustable wrench drawer. So and then below this, we've got some pliers in there. We'll go through these another time here. And pliers, and then more pliers. So we'll pop through those one of these times. So now you got to put all those back in here. There's actually there's an order, or else they won't go all in. All right. So these next things, this is more. This is kind of historical stuff here. These are little, lodge books for the International Association of Machinists. So it's kind of a union thing, and these are pretty old. My wife actually found these at the flea market, and she picked them up. And so each person that was a member of this association here would carry around this little book, and this just showed that they were paying their dues and whatnot. And here's some. This is the dues schedule here, and you got apprentices. They paid $3 a month. Helpers were $3 a month. Specialists $3.50, and then journeymen $3.75. Now it has this one had the classifications in it here. Or was it this one here? It's kind of hard to do this upside down. Oh, okay, so here's the kind of the classifications and where this particular guy was here, this Alfonso Espinoza. And this one's 1965 and this one's 1952 here. So here's where you started. You started out as an apprentice, and then you ratcheted up to a helper, and then a production worker. So this is an apprentice is just kind of learning all about the shop. A helper is assigned to help a journeyman or a specialist or maybe a production worker. And then as they learn more, they become competent on a particular machine that they run for a while, and then they may move around the shop. If they show a particular skill or a leaning towards a particular machine, maybe they become a specialist. And then the journeyman is the guy that can go around the whole shop. And then, there's several levels above this, kind of not officially recognized, but there's several levels above this. So anyway, they're kind of neat. So this guy paid his dues in 1953 here. Okay, and then let's see this. I think this one's got some stamps in it here. All right. Now these, I think when you were unemployed, you didn't have to pay dues. You just showed up for meetings and whatnot, and maybe there was some real small amount for when you're unemployed. But the idea was that they paid dues, and this helped spread the word and find jobs and link all these people together and make sure that they had a particular skill level, right? That would transfer. Yeah, looks like this guy may have dropped out. I don't know, or lost this, or who knows. And then this is a specialist one. This is 1952. I think there's some stamps in this one too, which are kind of cool here. So this guy paid his dues here. And I don't know, and then that's it. So, it'd be nice to know the story. It'd be kind of cool to hear the story of how they went about this, and or maybe they just didn't attend meetings, I don't know. So anyway, kind of cool, little historical documents, and it's kind of a neat idea. So I thought you guys might enjoy that. Okay, so here's, this is the mystery tool here that I mentioned. Actually, it's a little viewer appreciation / mystery tool. This comes to us from Chris Murray, and he's in Billings, Montana. And he sent me a little note and said, hey, I want to send something into the show. He says it's a tool, or it's a weird little thing I carry around in my pocket because I like it. And but I want to send it into the show. And I said, hey, if it's your favorite little tool, don't send it in, And he said, no, I want to send it in. Anyway, he I guess his wife drew a moose tag in Montana, so there was a delay between when he mentioned wanting to send this in and then and actually sending it in. So they went moose hunting in between. So anyway, Chris, good luck with your moose hunt. And but let's check out this little tool here, or this little device. It's marked Dixon, and I know of a Dixon company that makes kind of jewelry tools and watchmaking things and things like that. This is a kind of an oddity here. It looks like it's a piece off of a machine. The cap comes off. Okay. And it's got these pins in it that are actually retained. The cap is brass, the body is stainless steel, and it's actually marked stainless. But it has this, so it's actually it has a twisting action here that's spring-loaded. Maybe you can see that and hear it. But what it does is it behaves kind of like a collet, and I'll demonstrate that. It fits 332 real well, so it's gripping that pretty well. So it may be some kind of tool holder. That's about 2.3 millimeters there, or 332 of an inch, 93 thousandths, and then we can. There it goes. It drops free. This is an oddball size in here. It doesn't really correspond to anything, so I don't know what's going on in there, and there's no retention features at this end. So anyway, if you guys know what that is, throw that up in the comments, okay? And get a little stop action shot so you can grab some of the guys use the Google image search, so maybe you can use that. And then here's the end. It's got like a screwdriver slot too, so I guess you can tighten that cap on there. So not quite sure what that's for. Anyway, Chris, thanks for sending that in. Appreciate it. It's always fun to get a mystery tool like that. And anyway, thanks for sending that in, buddy. Talk to you soon. All right, so this next one here, this is actually for our buddy Don Cossett, and he bought I don't know, it was a lot of tools from an auction or something like that. Anyway, there was a strange little a fixture of some sort, and he asked people what they thought what it was, and I actually saw that video and I left a comment and suggested that it might be for sharpening a particular kind of boring tool. And the fixture was made by a company called Bokum, and then you can see that that's a Bokum boring tool. Now this one's been kind of heavily modified here. It doesn't look like what it did originally. That one's for some tiny little groove. What this tool looked like originally was this. So it's one of these kind of, I always call these radial form boring tools, right? And they're kind of neat because you just keep, I need a pointer here, you just keep sharpening that surface there, and as you sharpen that surface, it just winds around. Now it changes diameter as you go along, well, and you finally run out of steam when you get back to this side. So you're really just touching up one edge, boop, 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 boop. And so this has relief in this direction, and it's relief behind the cutting edge. So anyway, that's how that works. Now, the little fixture that Don had would hold, and this is why I thought it was for this, it would hold the tool roughly at that kind of attitude there, and it had a little, I don't know, it had a little stop block like this, and then you would run the surface grinder across it this way, and it would just clean that little flat up. So it would be kind of a production sharpening fixture to make a bunch of boring tools exactly the same, okay? Which in a production environment, you might need 50 of these, you know, on a machine, but you want them kind of ground all the same so you don't have to, you know, so they're not grossly adjusted so differently. Anyway, there's some different sizes of the same thing, what I call a Bokum boring tool. So anyway, Don, that's what those goofy little things look like, and see if that makes sense. You know, the holder would hold up here. This would come down, stop on your block, and then kind of orient that about like that. And now this is nice and flat, and you just run the surface grinder, whip, whip, like that, and you got a sharp tool again. Anyway, thanks for looking. So this next thing I wanted to talk about is, you know, it's just a I don't know what you call it, a design aesthetics or study in design or something like that. Well, you guys are all familiar with these cheapo binder clips here, right? So this is by what is that? Office Max. Okay, made in you can see the maker there. And this is the same deal here, and this one they didn't even bother to mark the maker on that. Anyway, these work pretty good, you know, and they're cheap, and people don't even think much about them, right? Well, what I wanted to show you was some really first-class binder clips, okay? And so let's get those out of here. And let's show you now. Here's two of them here, and I'll take them off there. Now this one's a little beat up there, and you know I hold business cards with them. You know, there's Uncle Adams and Mary Toole. Anyway, they're nice for holding that. So these are Esterbrook. All right, do I have that right? Yeah, Esterbrook. Right, upside down reading again, and these are just absolutely beautiful, and they came in a bunch of different sizes, and you know, and whenever I see these, I buy them, and they're just absolutely wonderful. Pretty simple item, right? Hard to get excited about a binder clip, right? Well, I'm here to tell you these are pretty sweet. So let's start out by looking at them, okay? And then, you know, I almost don't want to have these in the same picture here, you know. You know, these are formed. They have stiffening ribs on them. They're nickel plated, and we'll get to the really cool thing here. And they just feel good in the hand. Okay, you know, they got nice long handles on them, so you got lots of leverage. So you know they can have high spring force, but low opening effort, right? Okay. The sweet part about this, and you'll see this, it says ball bearing, right? And these actually have a little ball bearing in them, right? And hopefully you can see that down in there. So here's an Energizer clip here, and then there's a little ball down in there, and it's in a little detent. And these things are like they're on bearings, okay? It's like they're on bearings. It's just wonderful. And because of the position of that pivot in relation to the spring, it's kind of like a compound bow, right? So when you open these up, it actually gets a little easier when you get to full opening. It's just a really, really nice, subtle design, right? And there's that one. They're just neat. Now it goes a little farther here. So I don't know if hopefully maybe you can see it here, but if you look at this gap here, it's actually relieved slightly in the center here, okay? And so the idea there is, let me grab something here to snick onto, is, you know, you grab onto something, well, the corners, it grabs here, okay? It grabs on the outside edge, right? So that the width of the thing is secure and it doesn't slide out whatever you're holding up. Okay, so that's purpose design, right? And it's only a few thousandths, right? I'd say that's, I don't know, less than 10 thousandths, just rubbing my finger across that, and it's just a subtle part of the design, okay? That they always meet on the outside edge, okay, instead of just meeting in the center, right? And which isn't as effective. It doesn't give you that full contact, right? Anyway, like I said, this is, it's pretty nerdy, right? To get excited about binder clips, but I'll tell you, if you see any of these at a garage sale, just snap them up. Check them out on eBay. These things sell for $8 or $10 a pop. It's pretty nutty, and I think these may have been used for holding film. When you used to develop your own film, and for those of you kids out there that are only digital, there used to be film inside your camera that you had to develop. Anyway, this would be for hanging those film strips up while they dried too. So anyway, Esterbrook binder clips, pretty sweet item. Ball bearing binder clips, awesome.